Minecraft. Create. Indeed, I'm trying to create almost for the first time, really, in Minecraft, as I try to build my own mob system for the purposes of exploring more of the new mob AIs. This will be episode number 45 in Exploration and Tactics. And in this episode, I continue working on the system. I kind of show off a bit of the tinkering and thinking that I'm doing as I'm trying to build this thing. And I'm not sure if you guys prefer episodes like that, or if you prefer more just kind of seeing the finished product. So let me know if you have feedback on that. Also, I haven't really been talking about redstone much. The stuff that I've been doing has been pretty simple to control pistons, but I don't know also if people would be interested in kind of redstone tutorial kind of episodes. So if you have feedback about that, you can leave that as well. In any case, I haven't gotten very far, but I am making some progress on my mob system in order to explore more about the zombie AI. So let's get started. So I've been playing more with the mob spawner over here, and the spiders are really kind of gumming things up because I'm getting a lot of spiders over here, and they end up just kind of climbing around the whole structure. And so I think the first thing I'm going to do is prevent spider spawns, and so I can do that very easily by just adding some blocks. So I will be back. I believe spiders need a 3x3 spawnable area to spawn, and so I've added a few half slabs, which I believe should prevent the spiders from spawning. It does take away a little bit of the spawning area of the whole trap over here, and so that's a little unfortunate. But I have so many spiders crawling around, and they're still kind of crawling around up on the ceiling or different places. That seems like a prudent thing to do right now, and so now let's see if I can get some zombies. Okay, we've got a zombie going down. Oh, the half slabs changed the way that my water behaves. Didn't think about that. In any case, I put an open door and a shut door on the ground over here, and I think possibly the water update just changed that. And the zombie is burning up, and he can't find any water. I need to leave some water there so that if the zombies do start to burn. But in any case, the zombie still is not going after any of the doors over there. Either the door that's on the house or any of these other doors that are just sitting around. And yeah, I glanced at the wiki and it didn't seem to have useful information, and so I'm not sure exactly what the zombie behavior is with respect to doors. I guess it might be the case that they only attack them at night, and so I guess I'll wait until nighttime and see what this zombie's behavior is with respect to these doors. So I'll see you guys in a moment for that. I went over to observe the zombie more closely, and of course his pathfinding found me. He started walking around. I know how to defeat that. Basically using half slabs, but I need to actually implement that so that I won't have the zombies trying to find me over here. And so, let's see. The skeleton is probably going to shoot me now before I have a chance to do this. Let's see what happens. Ah, yep. Alright. Oh, wow, there's the water streams that were coming down from earlier. Alright, I have a lot of work to do over here. Now I have a bunch of ideas in terms of things I need to do, so I will see you guys in a bit. Okay. I've made, I think, 3 changes. One, I fixed the water streams. I accidentally left a brick over in there that made it such that the water was running off to the next level rather than just pushing guys to the very edge. So that is fixed. The next thing I fixed is down here. I now have, here comes our zombie friend. He is, ooh, so this was going to be the third change, is I gave him some water, so that basically if he ever catches fire, he has somewhere to go to try to put himself out. Okay, and now, when he didn't see me, for a minute it looked like he was trying to attack the door. Unfortunately, I just let him see me. I don't know if he's going to forget about me now. If I go down here, I think I'm out of his line of sight. And no, it seems like, well, does he see me or not? Maybe he's wandering now. And now I have half slabs over here, which should prevent his pathfinding from being able to find me. And so now I'm just curious if we watch this zombie, if he is ever going to try to attack one of these doors. And so I have an open door, I have a shut door, and I have a door on a building. There we go. Okay, so he does. And it seems like only after a minute of time, and then all of a sudden when he saw me, he decided to give up on that door. And I also don't know how the door health works. I'm not sure if the door is now already depleted, and maybe if he knocks down on it a little bit more, if he will be able to beat it down, or if he has to like restart and the door has all of its health back. I think maybe it's the latter. I think maybe doors regain their health very quickly. And so right now it seems like he's in wander mode. I'm not sure what caused the zombie to go over and decide to start attacking the door before. I'm not sure if it's just randomly, after a certain amount of time, he decides, it's time for me to attack some doors, which maybe is what he's doing over here now? He definitely seems to be nice and face-to-face with that door. Alright, the zombie behavior definitely is going to be more difficult for me to figure out than I thought it would be. If I go over here, he'll be able to find me, but then if I go over here, he won't. And that's once again because of what I demoed a few videos ago, which is basically, even though there's enough space here, that it's too tall, and zombies could fit through here, since it's this half slab and a half slab, there's only one full air block, and so they don't apparently see a path to get from here to there. And when I'm behind the glass, I don't think he sees me. When I'm above the glass, then he does see me, and at least tries to walk towards me. But then when he's wandering around, it seems like he goes through a few different kind of modes of behavior when he's wandering. And sometimes he's wandering, and other times it seems like all of a sudden he's like, ooh, there's a door, let me go do something with it. And so here he goes again, yes. Now he's in door-killing mode, apparently. And I'm going to let him beat down the door just because I'm not sure how long it takes for a zombie to destroy a door. And I'm also curious, after the door is gone... Oh, that's interesting. It looks like he doesn't even have to be facing the door to continue busting down the door. After the door is gone, no, he didn't try to walk in. I wasn't sure if he was going to then try to immediately walk in the building, because it seemed to me that when I was back over at my jungle base, saw a zombie when I'd left my front door open, just go right over to the door and just walk right in, and so I thought possibly they like to go into the interior structures as well, but perhaps that is not the case. And yeah, now that there's not that door, I'm really curious if he's ever going to try to beat down one of these doors. And so I'm going to watch him for a little bit more time. And I also want to see if he ends up wandering over into the sunlight. Actually, I can make him wander into the sunlight. If I go over here, then he should see me and start trying to come over near me. You can see me, and you can find a path to me. And that should get you into the sunlight. Maybe. There we go. Alright, and now that he's on fire and he can't find a path to me, now I think he'll try to run back over to the water, except for I probably put the water too far away. I think he's going to burn to death before he gets to the water. Yep. And I'm not sure that he was actually finding the water. Like, it seems like he stopped moving there, as opposed to keeping running to the water. So I think I am going to move the water closer to the edge with the sunlight, in case I try to trick him over here. But there's obviously a whole lot more to learn. So I'm going to continue to experiment with the zombies. I'll also go collect this door. And yeah. Alright, much to do, much to do. Okay, here's another zombie. The water is closer to where he will be able to get to it if he gets caught on fire, and so let's confuse him into getting caught on fire by having him see me and then pathfind around the corner. Okay, great. And now let's get away to where he can't see me or pathfind to me anymore. And see if he runs into the water. And he's on fire, but he did not hop into that water. And so, I don't know if they can't pathfind their way to that, if it were down at the same level as the rest of these things, or whether they're just not good at that, or whether he was being distracted by me even when I walked, oops, so far away. Yes, it's definitely the case that the AI behavior is not as easy to discover as I thought it might be. So we're going to have to do many experiments. I'll see you guys in a bit. Alright, I've been doing a whole lot more with this. There's still a lot more to do. There's still a lot of things that are suboptimal, but it's definitely improving. So one thing I noticed is basically there's a skeleton right here who's stuck, and the reason is it's only too high up here, and when he tries to start swimming up in the water, he like gets his head stuck in the roof, and so the water can't push him off, and so I really need to raise this whole ceiling, which will be a big pain in the neck. That's one thing I'd like to do. It's also hard for me to tell what mobs are here. Rather than having a back wall, I think I need to open that up so I can just see through to the blue sky in the back, and it'll be much easier to see what mobs are up there. It means I'll have to extend the ceiling to make sure the sunlight doesn't kind of creep in the back. I also moved the switches over here so it's easier for me to just stand in one spot and spawn the mobs and be able to control both the light and the water stream from over here. And then I've also made some changes to the pad below. So right now we've got a couple skeletons and a zombie down there. And let me go down here and hopefully not get shot by the skeleton. This one's going to be able to shoot me still. Let me go ahead and get rid of him. Actually, I'll take him out as well. Alright, great. So the zombie's over here, and so there's a couple changes. So one is I added this bit over here, where basically the idea is, if I'm standing up here, the zombie doesn't know I'm here, and he can't pathfind to me. He can't pathfind to me because of the half slabs, and he can't see me because of the glass. But if I hit the switch, the glass opens so he can see me, and this opened up, so I believe he should be able to pathfind to me. Oh, right, except for there isn't actually a path for him to walk to me. So let me close this back, and so he should forget about me soon. And then let me actually add some cobblestone so that it's possible for him to walk over here, because right now, I guess they can't figure out that they can walk across diagonals, because yeah, obviously I'm right next to the zombie. Oops. And, alright, he is not uncatching himself on fire, but I can also show this thing. If I hit this, I was using it mostly for that, basically as a way to push all the mobs off the platform. I changed the size of the platform, and so basically there are some pistons underneath here that are underneath these half slabs that are all around this block of water, and basically when I hit that switch it just goes down and it controls all of the pistons. I guess I can show you that real quick. Yeah, straightforward stuff. It basically, right now all the pistons are on and pushed up the half slabs, and when I hit the switch, basically the redstone torch out here goes out, which means the pistons recede, and when the pistons recede, the half slabs come down, and then the water flows out from the center all the way to the edges of all of this. And so basically I put that there as a way to be able to clear the platform, so if I had a bunch of undesirable mobs that I just wanted to push off of the world, I could do that. But yes, I didn't think about the fact that my pathfinding thing, like now that I did this with the water, there's no longer a path for the zombie to walk over and find me, and so I need to correct that, and I think I'll basically do that by extending the cobblestone over the edge here, because that way it doesn't interfere with how the water tries to flow off of this. And so I'll have to go fetch another zombie and basically see if once I do something like that, if when the zombie sees me, he'll be able to figure out that he can walk around here in order to get to me, which I think he'll be able to do. I don't have a sense of what their maximum pathfinding distance is, so we'll have to experiment with that again in the moment. And so let me see if I can get another zombie on the pad. Great, I managed to spawn exactly one zombie who's going to fall onto the pad on the first try, and so that was pure luck. But in a moment this guy will fall down, and then we can go try this experiment with his pathfinding again. And I think he is close enough. Yes, he just fell down. So I can turn that off. I can... Oh! That happens sometimes, and I'm not sure why. Oh, I guess possibly now that I changed the size of the pad, possibly it is the case that when they fall through the hole, do they just fall out of the world? Yep. Rats. Rats, rats, rats. And so I don't know if I need to mess up my water, or... Alright, I need to continue working with that, because obviously I'm going to lose some of my monsters since they're falling through the hole over here. Maybe I can... Yeah, I'm not sure what to do with that yet. I'll be right back. Well, here's your problem. So yeah, if the monsters fall down in the hole here, it's great. But if they fall down in the hole here, they completely miss the pad and fall out of the world. And... yeah, I have to decide if that water is important enough that I want to keep the shape of the pad and fix things up here, except for if I do fix things up here, then... oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. If I plug up basically this, still one square here, I think. So I think now they would always fall onto solid ground, but now there's the possibility that they could escape out here. And so can I just deter them from that? I guess I could just erect more walls over here. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. I'll be right back. Okay, I've got a zombie and a skeleton on the pad. And so now I want to see if I do this... oh crap, the skeleton's going to be able to shoot me though, which is not what I wanted. But I want to see if the zombie will pathfind to me. And it looks like, yes, when he can see me, he will pathfind to me. Oh, except for he's still in the sunlight, darn it. Right, I didn't think of that aspect. And now he's going to burn to death, probably, before anything in the skeleton's about to shoot me, too. Alright, this is extremely inelegant, all the stuff that I'm doing over here, but it's been good practice, and basically an opportunity to kind of like learn about all the things you need to learn about in order to successfully build a mob system and deal with different things. And so I feel like I'm gaining lots of valuable experience as I've been doing this, even though it's kind of a mess. And so I don't know if this is fun to watch at all. I might try to make things a little bit more edited and refined in my next video. But in any case, this has definitely been interesting. I feel like I'm learning a whole lot, even though I haven't been able to turn it into anything practical yet. What I'm hoping that I'll be able to do with the zombie pathfinding is basically be able to kind of, at the press of a button, cause zombies to go in different directions, because I kind of changed the pathfinding. Ha! A zombie spawned down there because it's getting dark. And so how about I go to sleep, and then it will be night, daytime again. But now I do have another zombie down here that I could experiment. And so what I don't understand, I guess I still need to make it so he's not going to die in the darkness and somehow die in the sunlight, and do that before he has a chance to walk over here. Is there a way I can trap him? Yes. Here's what I can do. I can just walk over here and take out that brick, for example, and now he won't be able to pathfind me because there's no way... Oh, except for get out of the sunlight, you idiot. And so there's water right here, and I don't understand why he doesn't choose to get himself into the water in order to put himself out. Yeah, so that's another thing I'll just have to experiment with, I guess. For now, he's just about dead, so I'll go ahead and kill him off. Alright, I'm going to add more shielding over here so that basically the zombies don't have to worry about burning up in the daylight. Since that's not the main thing I want to test, I want to test their pathfinding abilities. And so I am going to cover this up. Yeah, and let's see if we can get one more good experiment before the end of this episode. So I will see you guys in a bit after I add more sunlight protection. Alright, so hopefully one more experiment. So once again, I'm behind the glass, the zombies can't see me. Now if I hit the switch, now they can see me, and they could pathfind me. And I believe I've covered this up so they won't catch fire, but now if I hit the switch again... Yes, now all of a sudden they go back into wander mode and they have no idea what's going on. And presumably I could rig this... Oops, apparently there was a little sunlight area over there, apparently. And once again, he's still not smart enough to get out of the fire, which is a shame. But presumably I could rig this so the switch toggles kind of the other way. And basically, now they're trying to go this way to get me. But then I could have it so now they could see me but find a different way to get me. And then presumably they'd start walking another way, and so presumably I'd have kind of like a switch toggle to control which of two directions they go. So I need to fix this one little bit of sunlight that apparently is reaching up over the corner here. And then I think I have at least the basics for doing some fun stuff with zombies anyway. I still need to work on my sorter in order to be able to... I've heard the zombies attacking this door a few times, but they haven't ever kind of like finished it off and knocked it down, and I'm not sure why that is. Oops. And I'll never find out because I keep falling into the ocean. Alright, in any case, I've done enough work for today. Hope you're enjoying this somewhat, and yes, I hope you're having a good day, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.